Okay, I'm here with Greg Spencer, who's our superintendent, the Grandview Golf Course, but he does a lot of other things too. He's also involved both in our tree commission and does a lot of stuff for Arbor Day, and we're out here on Arbor Day 2019. So tell us again about this particular tree we're planting, this ceremonial tree.
This is a red oak tree that we grew in our tree nursery. So we grew this at our city's facility, and it's a nice tree. Probably to buy it, it's going to be roughly $200, but we have a few cents in it in our time.
Wow.
And we're going to plant 26 trees this spring of this size throughout the city.
Now, Greg, I know back in the tents over there for the folks here in the community that want to get one of the seedlings and plant it. They're obviously pretty small. How long would it have taken to grow this at this point?
We planted this tree in our tree nursery as one of those seedlings 5 years ago. Is that right? Yes. So this tree it's 5 years old.
And a moment ago, we were talking, we threw a few little bags of some items in there. Tell us a little bit what that was and also what it does.
So most people think that tree roots collect nutrients and moisture, which in a sense that's true, but they actually have a symbiotic relationship with a fungi called mycorrhizae. And it's the mycorrhizae that actually allow the tree roots to absorb nutrients and water. So we inoculated the mycorrhizae fungi in here so that this tree will take off.
And without that, it might struggle?
It would take longer for it to come out of transplant shock, and it would just take an additional year or two before it started growing again.
Now, what would you expect this tree to be at, say, average maturity?
100 feet tall. Is that right? Full of acorns.
There you go. So we won't have to worry about coming picking those up by then, will we?
The deer and the squirrels will eat them.
There we go. Well, Greg, thank you so very much for what you guys do and the whole park department. A lot of folks are standing around now, and I tell you what, you guys do a great job, and this is just a part of many things you do, and you all do a great job.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, so part of the celebration today, I'd also like just take a moment to read a brief proclamation in recognizing Arbor Day and its importance. It says, whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees, setting the seeds for national celebration of Arbor Day. And whereas improved environmental sustainability is a goal which we can support that will positively impact the environment through our daily efforts, and trees prevent the erosion of precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife and improve the quality of life for all citizens. And trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, along with increasing property values, enhancing our economy, and beautifying our community. Trees, wherever they are planted, are a joy and beauty for all to enjoy. Therefore, as your mayor of the city of Anderson, I encourage all citizens of Anderson to take pride in their properties and not only plant a tree, but maintain their existing trees through proper maintenance in order that the tree will continue in all these initiatives. I do further proclaim today, April 27, 2019, to be celebrated and remembered throughout the city as Arbor Day. And I'd like to thank all of you for coming and hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
This is Christine Davies with Community Hospital, and she is here at Arbor Day, and you have your Community Hospital table set up, but you are most famous around Anderson for the community garden, and you've taken the lead on that project. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so I'm the farm project coordinator at Community Hospital Anderson for the community farm. It's a 2-acre mixed vegetable farm on the far west side of the Community Hospital medical campus. We grow vegetables there that are used in our dietary department as well as given to our patients to take home. And then we have some organizations that we partner with in the community to get food out to our community members. And then we also grow cut flowers, yes. The bulk of which go into our inpatients who are staying overnight at the hospital. That's usually a very unpleasant experience. Right. So just to give something that can kind of brighten the room a little bit, we do sunflowers, and then we have volunteers in the hospital take them around and ask each patient if they would like a flower in their room.
That's so wonderful. I saw that you all were doing that, and the vegetable garden is amazing. The fact that you do that is just unbelievable for the community. But then that you also do flowers for patients, I just think that is a beautiful touch.
Thank you.
And community does it right. You guys do it right. That's awesome.
We do what we can to, no one wants to be in the hospital,
right.
But everyone at community is really dedicated to making everyone's hospital stay as good as it can possibly be.
Yeah, you guys do wonderful. And thank you so much for your work that you're doing in the garden.
Yes.
I saw a picture, I think it was on Facebook, maybe it was a video this past week of you trenching out a ditch, or you were turning the soil. You were doing something in preparation.
Broad forking.
That was it.
Yes, yes. A broad fork is a very large fork that is, the tines are about 8 to 10 inches long, and the way that it's set up is you put it in the soil and you can stand on top of the bar the tines are on, and so you aerate the soil without flipping the layers of the soil, so it's really good for the microbiome that's in the soil to not destroy the beneficial microbes that are down there, but still aerating gives roots a good environment to grow in.
Yeah, well, all I noticed was that you were doing some really hard work, and it was bigger than you. And I was like, poor girl.
Oh, that was Marla. Our I have
okay.
a part-time farmhand this year, so
Good for you.
Marla was our demonstration broad forker
Well,
in the
she did
video.
a great job. Yes, she did wonderfully. And that's interesting. I didn't really necessarily think about the fact that you don't want to turn the entire soil. You just want to aerate it.
Yep.
Good. Okay, well, today here at your table, you've got some great things happening. So tell us a little bit about what you brought to show the community at Arbor Fest.
So I brought some vegetable seeds and envelopes so folks can take vegetable seeds to plant at home. So we have cucumber seeds, bean seeds, lettuce, and zucchini. I also brought some basic information about starting seeds as well as saving your own seeds at the end of the season.
Yes.
We have some flyers here about vegetables that are in season right now. So locally, people could be growing and selling beets, collards, kale, and radishes are good spring vegetables. And on the back of each of these, we have a table that shows what's in season in Indiana for the entire year.
And everybody's favorite kale there.
Yes,
Okay, that's
I
not
like
true.
kale.
I do not like kale. Not a fan.
Well, maybe you
Glad
need to
you
take
are.
one of these. So there's some
So I
serving
can-
suggestions on here.
No, I'm fine.
You
Thank
know,
you.
you might come around if you.
I doubt it.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about this right here.
So this is a Langstroth beehive. It's our demonstration hive. So instead of having live bees inside the frames, there's pictures with little captions of information. So each one's different. So there's 20 little blurbs of information inside this hive.
About different kinds of bees, or just about
About
different
honeybees.
information?
It's all about honeybees. Honeybees are the type of bees that would live in a hive like this. They're also top pollinator for a number of vegetable crops, fruit crops. So we actually got a youth education beekeeping grant for the community farm this year. So we'll be working with some groups in the community that work with youth doing that education, as well as we'll have a garden in conjunction with that, where these groups of kids can plant their own plants and follow them throughout the season, harvest them, eat that produce.
That's a great opportunity for the community's children. I love that. That's
Thanks.
wonderful.
Yeah, we're really excited about it.
Great. Who is the grant through? Do you remember?
It's through the Bee Cause and the Whole Kids Foundation.
Very good. Well, I know that there's a lot of talk about care for bees, and a lot of people don't like bees for very good reason, but there are a lot of great things to be said about bees, and I like this program. That you have.
Yes, so bees are super important to our food supply. So even at the community farm last year, we had about a half acre planted where we grew 5,400 pounds of produce through the year last year. But half an acre is not a massive space. And we had a few rows of cucumbers, and our cucumber yields were actually kind of low. And they, when a cucumber doesn't get pollinated enough, it's really pointy at the end, so it diminishes the quality of the produce.
Who knew this? This is such good
So
information.
we had a lot of our cucumbers ended up not getting fully pollinated, which
Okay.
is results in a poorer quality crop. So that was why we really were interested in implementing this beehive program, because even on our small plot, not having enough pollination was impacting
Right,
the
had
amount
that
of
much of an
produce
impact.
that we were growing and the quality of it for us to give our community. So.
Right. So, do you have beehives out there?
Not yet. They
Okay.
will be soon. We're working with a local beekeeper as well. So I'm a novice beekeeper, so we have an expert who is our beekeeping mentor who is helping us with this project.
That's phenomenal. This is wonderful. Thank you so much for all your work for the community, all your work in the community garden, and then I love all these grants that you've got. They're fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very excited.
Not here.
I am here at Arbor Fest with Melanie LaCroix, and you are a master gardener, and I first met you a couple weeks ago at the Grunwald home, and you have been very busy there, and you're here today. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, Master Gardeners is an international organization. The ones in the United States are administered through the local or the state's land grant college. So here it's Purdue University. We're overseen by the Purdue Extension. They provide us with our support. We're a nonprofit, and our primary function is to educate people. Okay, we help others grow by learning. There, I got it out. But we do ongoing educational programs at county libraries. We're just Madison County Master Gardeners. Lots of counties throughout the state have Master Gardener programs, but not every county has one.
Okay.
So Hamilton County has one, Delaware County, Marion, there are a lot of surrounding counties that have those, but it's a state organization, but we're local chapters. So we do free educational programs at the Frankton Library, Elwood, Alexandria, and Anderson libraries. Those are on our website if people want to look at that, MadisonCountyMasterGardener.org, no S. We also have an annual plant sale in Alexandria at the fairgrounds.
Right, when is that?
That will be 2 weeks from today,
Right.
the 11th. It's
Okay.
the Saturday before Mother's Day, and we're going to have containers, so you can come and get fun containers to give your mother for Mother's Day.
Perfect.
We'll also have house plants and all kinds of other plants. We will have tool sharpening. If you want to bring 2 tools, we're limiting it to 2, and you get those sharpened for free, and we just ask for a donation for that. We're going to have vendors this year. The Soil and Water Conservation District will be there to talk about all of their programs, like soil testing and rain barrels. We're also going to have someone who's selling like lawn decor. That's really fun, like
fun,
moving
yes.
things that you can put out in your yard.
And that is perfect right before Mother's Day,
Right
too.
before Mother's Day, someone else will be there to sell things to attract native bees to your yard.
Good.
There's a lot of things about bees, and we all need our pollinators. I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, there'll be somebody there selling. They're like mushroom logs, so you can grow your own mushrooms at home.
Really?
And then we'll have a little store just selling some things that have been donated. We've got a patio set and rain barrel, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff.
Great. So wonderful opportunities.
Yeah,
there on May 11th.
come early. 9 o'clock,
Very
we'll
good.
open the doors, and we are taking credit cards this year.
Oh, good.
So
that's way handy.
We hope
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
We've been testing it. It's like, we're a little nervous,
Yeah,
but
all that
we're
technology
hoping.
is a little tricky. Isn't
Yeah.
It? So tell us a little bit about what you're doing at the Grunwald home.
The Grunwald home was Madison County Master Gardener's first project. So to be a Master Gardener, you take a class. I think they're up to 14 weeks now. You cover a wide variety of subjects. I thought I knew a lot about gardening. I took the class. The book is about 4 inches thick, and I realized I don't know anything. But you learn by doing. So you get to work with people who have been Master Gardeners for years, and each year you're required to do 12 years of volunteer time and 6 hours of continuing education. So we're also always taking classes and learning more. And the Grunwald, they started that. They put in the walkways, and the plants are all plants that would have been found in a home of that era.
Right.
So you exit what would have been like the kitchen area, and there's culinary herbs, there are medicinal herbs, and then all of the pretty flowers.
And they're doing a sale there, right? And
We
a
are
tour.
having a sale there on June 8th. We'll have regular plants as well as a selection of plants that we're going to take from those gardens. And then
That's what I'm interested in.
yes,
I can't wait to get over there.
It's really, really cool. We're also there on the, I think it's A-Town First Fridays.
Yes, exactly.
We are going to be there, as well as the house will be open. And we're having a garden tour. Oh, the Grunwald sale is on June 8th. And
Yes.
that'll be there in the gardens at the Grunwald. We just set up tables so you can kind of look around. And the house is open that day, too, if you want to go through. And then we will also have the Grunwald houses
tour.
on the garden tour, which is
Okay.
June 22nd, I think.
Yes.
And if you go to MadisonCountyMasterGardener.org, you can get all those dates and how to buy tickets for everything.
great. What an opportunity for the Anderson community. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's good, and we're always happy to answer questions. If you see us out working in the garden, stop and we'll tell you about what we're doing, and we'd love to have you come and take the class and join us.
That'd be great.
That would
And
be
so
awesome.
today for Arbor Fest
Oh.
festivities at Shadyside Park here, you have some informational items, and then you're selling some stuff for, I believe, for a scholarship. Is that correct?
A lot of our funds go to provide scholarships to graduates of Madison County High School. So we have had people from all the different high schools. They have to be going into an area like botany or agronomy, something that involves plants. And then we have we offer scholarships to as freshmen, and then we have one student who's going to be a senior this fall that we've given them a scholarship every year.
That's really neat.
So it's nice to be able to
Yeah.
do that and continue to support a student, as well as then we've got the Seeds of Knowledge program. We're also kind of swinging a little bit to support some of the community gardens. We do support, there's a large garden at the Correctional Industrial Facility in Pendleton,
Oh, really?
and they're way over an acre. They may be getting close to 2 acres.
Oh, my.
And the offenders have to qualify. It's a program they have to qualify for, and then they go out several times a week and they grow vegetables, and then everything they grow gets donated to food pantries.
Oh,
So
I love that.
it was over 6,000 pounds last year,
Wow.
10,000 the year before, and then I think it was 6 the year before that. But they work like dogs, and they love it. It's something nice for them to be able to give back, and then they learn skills they can use when
Yes.
they've served their time, and they can grow their own food because now they know how to do it. So we have master gardeners that go down and work with them.
What a great program. I
all the
didn't know
time.
that either.
Yeah, it's really
That's
nice, and they're
wonderful.
great guys. I've worked down there, and I'm president now, so my time is a little bit limited, and I haven't had time to go down. But they're just really nice people, and they just need a break.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
good.
Well, this is great. Thank you so much for spending a little time
Thank
with us
you.
today and let us knowing what you're up to. And I'm excited to see you at the Grunwald House.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Come see us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great. Well, here we are, Arbor Day 2019 in Anderson, Indiana, and I'm with State Representative Terry Austin. And Terry, you said your 7th year to come out here.
7th or 8th year to give out trees every year, yes.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, I know they have a lot of crowd. I know we're just now starting today, but there's going to be a big crowd here later, and a lot of people come out and take advantage of it. And what kind of trees are you giving out this year?
Oh, I've got pawpaw trees, I've got hickory shagbark, I've got blue spruce, I've got another I think I've got a Norfolk pine, and one other tree, and I can't remember what it is. It's on my sheet. So.
Wow, well, you either know a lot about trees or somebody sold a lot of them to you.
You know what? The State Department of Natural Resources is wonderful to work with. Earlier this year, I shipped 175 trees to Kilbuck Kindergarten Center because they wanted to do a family literacy night and they wanted to do it in celebration of Arbor Day. And when I work with them, then I also say, hey, I've got Arbor Day coming up. How can I get some trees? And they just ship them right to me.
Wow, that's
So-
cool. That's cool. So are you going to plant any today yourself?
You know what? I'm going to take them home and let my husband plant them.
That's they're thinking there. That's good. Well, we certainly appreciate your coming out. There's a lot going on in Anderson right now. You notice that?
Oh my gosh, I was following Facebook yesterday to see you had, 2 or 3 ribbon cuttings yesterday?
Yeah, we had 5 events, 2 including ribbon cuttings.
And the new, what's the new brewery that opened up Dan Heil? And
His brothers and a partner, it's Creatures of Habit, and they're right down on Meridian Street. I think it's 1133 Meridian. And last night there was probably 250 people there to celebrate the ribbon cutting.
And I think it's only going to grow. I really do. I think so many of the Parks Department is offering some wonderful activities for people of all ages. I mean, they've got family activities planned. They've got activities for what I call young adults, young singles. and even senior citizens. So I think the Parks Department's doing a marvelous job right now.
Yeah, they really do. You know, we have our new park superintendent, Jama Donovan.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's really excited, and she's really hit the ground running. And I know all the folks that works at the park department love working with her already, and she's just going to do a great job.
I've known Jama for many, many years, and I was thrilled when her selection was announced. I don't think you could have picked a better person.
Yeah, well, it was very exciting. It was a good opportunity, and I was so happy to be able to pick up someone that's so committed to the community.
Oh, she is. You know, and she's got a young family herself, so she understands what young families in Anderson are going to be attracted to, and I think she will really bring some new opportunities to the Parks Department.
Yeah, she really will. But like you said, this summer we're going to have a lot going on. We have our expanded summer programs again. We've got 4 different venues where kids are going to be able to come out and have a summer camp. And
awesome.
we're going to take them a lot of places, and that's going to be really exciting. Of course, we're going to be reopening the pool out on the south side again.
Wow.
We put quite a bit of money into that last year to get it fixed up, and we had the highest attendance last year in years. So we're looking forward to some more of that as well.
Well, and I can tell you, I know the 8th Street Bridge isn't necessarily a city project, but the city's a critical partner in that because you were the ones to advocate for the Tiger Grant, and I think when you see the aesthetic changes that have been made to that 8th Street Bridge, it's going to set a whole new entrance into downtown.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. Like you said, we went down, we cooperated with the county and went down to Washington and lobbied for the money, and we were really happy to get that. And of course, Chuck Lesser was the county engineer at the time and had a lot in that, and now he's their city engineer.
Yeah.
So I know he's still watching that closely to see what's going on, and it's going to be opening late June, early July, and it's going to be a great way for people to move in and out between one side of town and the other.
Well, and it's a critical safety corridor as well. You know, if you think about if county taxpayers had to foot the bill totally for that bridge, there had been a lot of people pretty unhappy when they got their tax bills. So
I'm not sure if people fully understand and appreciate when we are able to get federal dollars or even state dollars, anything like that lessens the tax burden on the homeowner is a big deal. And we could not do these types of projects without that money.
that's true. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be your state representative. I'm excited to be a part of the city, and thank you for always making me feel so welcome.
Well, Terry, you're very welcome, and thank you very much for being here. And I know you just wrapped up your long legislative session, and you're out here already. You've only been out of there, what, a day or so?
Yes, I haven't had a day off yet. So, you know what? But I'm glad to be back in the city, quite honestly. And I'm really excited about what we were successful to do for Hoosier Park.
Well, yeah, that was. And again, I know that'll be coming more and more apparent to folks here in the near future. But we're talking about a lot of additional investments going to be coming and obviously new jobs.
There'll be a minimum of an additional $50 to probably $75 million of investment, and probably around, let's see, we expect 300 jobs. The live dealer positions are going to pay between $60,000 and $70,000 a year. People get trained. I mean, there's some licensing that you have to go through to hold those positions, but it'll be a great opportunity for somebody. Shoot, maybe I'll sign up.
There you go. It sounds like a good deal. And of course, they pushed the date for that to start a little bit sooner. It's quite as soon as the original legislation proposed, but in all reality, the point they picked is more practical anyway for the casino itself.
The casino owners were very supportive. Yes, we got it moved up a whole year because it wasn't going to take effect until January 1st of 2021. We got it to January 1st of 2020. So that's only 8 months from now. And it takes that long to do the construction, to hire your people, get them trained, and have them fully vetted and prepared to hit the floor.
Well, again, thank you for everything you do, and thank you for your hard work at the legislature. And I'm so happy you got back into Anderson. I know we'll be seeing you around a lot of places.
Thanks, Mayor. Look forward to seeing you too.
Thank you, Terry.
Take care.
Okay, we're continuing our celebration at Arbor Fest, and I'm with Sally DeVoe, who is head of our Madison County Community Foundation. How are you doing today, Sally?
I'm doing well. It's Saturday, and that's always a good day to do well. It's exciting to be in Anderson right now. We're growing, we're creating jobs, we're working on economic development, and we're also working on our philanthropic development, and we've got exciting things happening at the foundation right now.
There really is, and obviously you've been in there for a number of years now, and you've been really a great leader for our community and done so much to help bring in funds and then distribute those in a really good, solid way. So tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're presently involved in.
Well, we're working on, fortunately, we're working on a new Lilly endowment match for the foundation where they're going to match any dollars given by anyone in the community 2 for 1. And we're excited about that. We have to raise about $750,000, and we're about $300,000 towards that goal, and we have until the end of June of 20. And so we're just really excited. Plus, we have some other opportunities for some initiatives in the community that involve early childhood education. And you know what I appreciate as being a member of the foundation, and certainly I've been there. I was a member of the board, and then I took over as executive director, and so I've been with the foundation since the very beginning and worked with wonderful people here in our community and a series of government leaders and those kinds of things. And so we're included at the table, and I love that. I like knowing what's going on, what we can do to improve what's going on, and how we can be involved.
Absolutely. I think that most communities that thrive and do the best are those communities that work together rather than becoming isolationist and different groups and so forth. If you come together and work together, you can get so much more accomplished.
It's all about partnerships, and I preach that all the time. That's one of my mantras, is that let's don't work in silos. Let's don't be territorial about the things we do. Let's cooperate, collaborate, and have those meetings and bring those people together so that the services that they render and the things that we can do for the community really benefit everybody. So
Absolutely. And I know we were together along with a couple of folks, went down to the legislature not too long ago, and we were just talking to Terry Austin a few minutes ago about the success at the legislature regarding the casinos. You might talk a little bit about some of the things you did down there and why you thought that was important.
well, it was interesting, and somebody said, why was the foundation asked to testify at that hearing, and it was exciting. It was so big, and there were so many people testifying as far as the benefits of the kinds of things that our casinos do in Indiana. But I think one of the things that I was able to say, and the reason that I was there actually, was to talk about the partnership that this community has always been fortunate enough to have with Hoosier Park, and now with Harrah's and Caesars. And in fact, I said to Trent from Caesars, I said, what do I call you guys now? And he said, you call us anything you want to say, just call us. And but they are really involved in philanthropy in this community. They've given a lot of money and time, and we're interested in working with them further to figure out, some really effective ways that they can get involved, and they're interested in having those conversations. And I felt really, it was an interesting afternoon, wasn't it?
It was. What, 43 people testified in many hours.
And many hours, but it was worth the many hours that we spent there, because, and I saw Trent McIntosh the other day, and he said, big win, and I said, absolutely, and it was fun to be part of it. So I think that we have to appreciate what's happening there, and the fact that that only benefits our community. And regardless of how you feel about those kinds of things, I think we have to look at the economic impact of what that does in Anderson and Madison County.
Well, I think the important thing of that is obviously they're here. They've been here. That's actually been here for 25 years. When you go all the way back to the racetrack, and the reality is obviously gaming was not gaming, but table games was coming anyway. It was just a little bit far out, and so to bring it a little closer is just going to be more jobs sooner, better pay, more money going into our economy.
Well, and one of the things we have to work on, and we're all aware of that, is that we have to work on that workforce, that so we can supply the people who can do those jobs. And I know we discussed that in a panel at the Wake Up Breakfast for the Chamber of Commerce last week. And the important thing is we've got to instill in our kids some accountability and some work ethic that they need to take into the job market, and so that they can be qualified for those positions. We've got a lot of higher ed, we've got Ivy Tech, we've got a lot of advantages in our community. We're close to so many post-secondary education units, and we are very, very fortunate in our location in Anderson, Madison County.
Well, again, I think it's great that we're all working together to try to solve some of those problems that a lot of communities have with regards to workforce. We just graduated the first 18 graduates from our AMP program that we started out at Purdue Polytechnic the other day, and they were all excited. We had several partners with businesses in town like Hoosier Park that's giving back and sharing and helping to be part of the community, not just being an employer or a business, but they want to be really integrated into our system and be part of this community.
Yeah, that sense of collaboration is just so important, and I think some people ignore it along the way, and it works much better if you work together. We get more done, we get more efficiently, we can accomplish the things that we're looking to do, and costs us less but produces more.
Well, again, Sally, thank you for joining us out here on Arbor Day and what's going to be a really nice Saturday. And I hope you have a balance of a great week and continue all your hard work with the foundation.
Thanks, Mayor. It's great to work with you and work with the community. We always appreciate it.
Thank you, Sally.